Now in this video, I don't want to talk about why AI is bad. I want to talk about the ramifications of using it heavily and relying on it to do your thinking. That there are pitfalls to outsourcing the things that you don't know and don't try to learn with using AI. And just because you have all of the answers doesn't mean that that is the thing that matters the most. Everyone now has access to the same answers, and that should mean that the playing field is level, that the information gives you an advantage, but if you look around, it doesn't. And it never has, but the question is why? This isn't a new problem. Before AI, we had Google. The answers were already there, and it might have taken a little bit more effort to find them, but the information existed and it was accessible to anyone who looked. And yet, having access to Google didn't make everyone equally knowledgeable. It didn't flatten the hierarchy, and smart people didn't become less valuable. Expertise didn't disappear. Because knowing where to find information was never the differentiator. It was never what separated the people who could do things from the people who couldn't. But there's one thing that pre-AI search required that AI removes entirely. Before AI, you had to figure out what you didn't know before you could find the answer. You had to identify the gap, construct the question, evaluate the results, and synthesize what you found into something useful. That process built something in you, and AI skips all of it and gives you the output directly. And that output is not the point. The journey to it is what matters. Being in a position where you feel confident having all of the answers means you have less incentive to get better at learning things or figure out how to find them. And that's one of the most important parts of learning something. If you're not actively trying to get better at something, you'll by default get worse at it. But the issue isn't just not trying to get better, it's the secondary symptoms that come from assuming you have all of the answers. Like being in a situation where you don't have access to the AI, or the internet's down, or you don't have your phone and you have to figure something out on your own. The general memory loss that comes from not having to remember things because they're always accessible. And the confidence gap where people feel more capable than they actually are because their fluency has shifted from understanding to knowing how to get seemingly better answers from AI. Because of that, you could get answers that are completely wrong, but they check all of your mental boxes for why they seem right. The answer isn't using words or formats that you don't like. It stays on topic. It gave you a thought that you didn't consider before, so now you believe that it's an original thought. And you move forward on that basis without ever having tested whether you actually understand it or not. There are questions that don't have direct or defined straightforward answers, and you won't get that from relying heavily on AI. It doesn't default to giving you ambiguity. It's going to give you an answer, and that answer is based on research that you probably have on hand. But when you're trained to receive information that lives in a gray area, that's open-ended, or that requires you to sit with uncertainty, heavy AI use is stunting your resilience in epistemology. True critical thinking is born from friction. It's an uncomfortable process of just sitting with hard questions, feeling confused, getting frustrated, and then making yourself continue anyways, and AI removes that friction completely. Because of that, there's no actual processing happening on your end. It's reactionary. You receive an answer, there's something that you don't really understand, or something that you think is incorrect, or maybe you just still have a question, and you go down another rabbit hole without actually absorbing the stuff that it just gave you. So you're not actually synthesizing, and there's nothing for you to keep your attention on because you just keep moving through more answers. And if you're not able to organize your thoughts in a way on your own, you're not ever going to convert those thoughts into something that you can actually remember long term. You start just editing instead of creating. And I've never been in a situation where knowing the answer was more important than knowing how to get the answer. Like if I'm in a meeting with a group of people and there's somebody who speaks Spanish and we have a conversation specifically in Spanish, everybody else in that room has the tools to get the context of what we're saying. Like they have a translator, they have access to the information to figure it out, but they wouldn't be able to participate in the conversation the same way that we could. They wouldn't be able to keep up with the pace of it. And more importantly, the fidelity of the translations wouldn't be accurate enough. There would be a lag. The conversation would be like 10 exchanges forward before they could respond to the first one. Having the tools that give you the output isn't the same as having the capability. And in that meeting, if you're not at the top of the hierarchy, but you speak Spanish fluently, the value you can provide to the person running that room is significantly greater than someone 2 levels above you who is relying on a translator. As another example, there theoretically should be no one who is out of shape on their own accord. The information is out there. There are programs that will tell you exactly what to eat and exactly what to do, and yet most people, at least in this country, are not in shape. You eat a little less, you move a little more, you prioritize protein, and that's like 90% of it. Most people know this. They may not know the nuances and edge cases, but fundamentally, people understand this, and that information is freely available. Like I just gave it to you. And yet, knowing it doesn't produce the results because the information was not the barrier. It gives you the information, and the information without the process of earning it, without actually producing something with it, doesn't actually mean anything. The same way that knowing the workout doesn't get you in shape. Now, humans look for shortcuts, and I think most people understand this, but heavy AI use creates an extreme dependency on automating your heuristics. Your brain starts to trust the machine's logic because it's fast and because it's structured and because it's agreeable. And because of that, you actively are choosing to lose your own agency on your thinking. There's a broader consequence beyond the individual, because all of these models are trained on similar data. So relying on them for brainstorming or strategic thinking kind of just narrows the spectrum of human thought. Everyone gets to the same or very similar optimized conclusions, and that is shrinking the diversity of thinking. Everybody is approaching the problems the same way, and because of that, the process of thinking and reasoning collapses. Like, if you've ever worked on something completely on your own and you've made something that you believe is genuinely good, you understand what that creative breakthrough feels like. And it doesn't come from something being so straightforward. It could be a random mistake, or you just trying to try something new that you know won't work, but you might see something in there that could give you inspiration. And because of that, you start to see those breakthroughs. But when everything is structured, it is clean, and it is straightforward, you don't actually get to experience that anymore. And none of this means that AI has no value. It means that the value is specific and most people are applying it in the wrong place. AI works for repetitive tasks that you have already mastered. Things that you know how to do but are manually intensive and don't require you to think through or find answers. Like summarizing instead of trying to synthesize, to reduce the manual intensity of something that you've already done the cognitive work to understand. So instead of trying to reason, you're formatting. And then from there, you can organize what you already know and not replace the process of the things that you don't know. If AI is on a task you would have previously required to think or to struggle with, you probably shouldn't skip that. Like, you're not saving time in the long run. You're skipping the part that's actually building a skill in you. And you know when you're misusing AI, when you're using it to get an answer that you couldn't have gotten it yourself. Not because the task was too big or repetitive, but because you haven't done the work to be able to get there on your own. You will confuse fluency with understanding. You confuse accuracy with persuasiveness. You are getting confused with having an answer to thinking that you know how to get the answer. And like I said, I've never been in a situation where knowing the answer was more important than knowing how to get it. And no tool, regardless of how good it gets, changes that, because the capability is in the getting, not in the having.